Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to edition number 2 of Rivets Rundown with Scott and Joe. I'm your host, Scott Gladstone. Alongside me is Joe Byers. It's been a crazy opening week of the Northwoods League season, and after 6 games, your Rockford Rivets are 3-3. So a lot of players to discuss, a lot of different highlights. So first, let's go over the highlights from the past 6 games. So first off, game 1 against Green Bay, Brennen Reback into right field. He's going to advance his runner all the way into third, sliding in safe easily. Later in the game, with 2 outs in the 9th, it's a fly ball, and Braden Mosley all over that one to finish it off. The Rockford Rivets win game 1, 9-0. On the next night, look at this catch. It's Garrett Getz over the sideline barrier there, snags it. And then later in the game, it's Pat Loeffler on. That's going to be a 2 RBI single for Pat Loeffler. Earlier in the game, Garrett Getz at the dish, running out an infield single there, and the runner scores from third for the first run of the game. And then the big donkey, Nathan Schneiderman, with a strikeout to win it for the Rockford Rivets 6-1. A few days later in Lakeshore, here we go. It's Ryan Cole with a single right up the middle to bring home a run. Teammate Tim Lilly comes in there for the Rivets. And then Garrett Getz on the mound, strike him out, send him down.
Scott, despite the 3-3 record on the season at 500 overall, I feel that the Rockford Rivets pitching staff has stuck out the most. So far, they lead the league with allowing only 10 runs on the year, which shows just how well the defense has been playing. Also, they've only allowed 10 earned runs through the first 6 games, which is second on the team, or second in the Northwoods League as well. Fond du Lac is currently tied for first with only 9 earned runs on the season, which shows that the offensive struggles that they had against Fond du Lac, the Rivets only scoring, I think it was 2 runs in 2 games. So right there, that just shows that. And the Rivets pitchers have also only allowed 34 hits this season, which is tied for first with the Battle Creek Bombers. So the pitching staff is already setting a lot of records this year, and I expect to see more of that throughout the season, especially with Cody Belair on the mound again, who, as we all know, pitched 7 scoreless innings with only 1 hit allowed the last time he was on the mound. But I understand you want to talk about the offensive side of the ball a little bit.
Yeah, so on the offensive side of the ball, there's a lot of different Rivets that stick out to me. There was some struggles against Fond du Lac, but a lot of that was men left on base and not being able to bring guys home in situational batting experiences. So the leadoff man, first, number 4, Brennen Reback, is my first highlighted player. Brennen Reback is exactly what you want from a leadoff man. He's already got 6 stolen bases, stole home on a double steal attempt here against the Green Bay Bullfrogs. He's batting .381, getting on base, and not striking out. And that's a big thing for him, because if he makes contact with a ball, especially anywhere in the infield, he has a chance to run it out and get an infield single. Yet to strike out, 23 plate appearances. He knows how to make contact and give himself a chance to get on base. The other man I want to highlight is the shortstop, Tim Lilly. Tim Lilly's batting .364 on the young season. He had 3 hits in the first game of the season against Green Bay, and he's currently on a 3-game hitting streak. He's a very reliable guy at the plate, and has had a lot of clutch batting so far in this season. So I'm excited to see Reback's wheels and Lilly's bat continue as this season continues to take form. Scott Gladstone here with Rockford Rivets center fielder Brennen Reback. Brennen, you've gotten off to a hot start. You're one of the team leaders in average. What's clicking for you so far this season?
Really just trying to find my pitch, put bat to ball and get on base, do whatever I can.
You have 6 stolen bases this year. You stole home on a double steal attempt. At what point in your life did you realize you were going to be one of the faster kids in the country?
I mean, I've always been pretty quick, and then I guess junior, senior year is really when I started focus on it, try to build my speed up and use it to my advantage.
Can you talk about having Brian Smith as a manager and the flexibility he allows you to play your game and the rest of the guys to play theirs?
Yeah, it's awesome. Coach Smith's really great at what he does. Kind of just really good at letting us do our things, play to our strengths, and just kind of let us do our own thing.
All right, this is Scott.
Scott, I'm gonna let you finish here in a second, but this is Joe Byers, your sideline guy. You all know me, right? Obviously. Reback, I'd like to challenge you to a race. People tell me I got wheels. I've been talking to Brian a lot, and he kind of told me that make or break, I can be the new leadoff man if I beat you in a race, so I'm definitely going to take that opportunity. I like working the cameras, but I'm a ball player. I have been my whole life, and I need to get back on the diamond, so what do you say?
Let's do it.
All right, let's prove it right here. So let's start right here on the line, and
Right here?
yeah, you guys even it up, and we'll finish it right down there at that other camera. Joe, you don't need to ask for a head start. That's all right. All right. On your mark, get set, go. All right, Brennen, you dealt with that race pretty easily. How do you going forward for the rest of the season? What are your goals to get out of playing in Rockford?
Really just trying to focus on my approach to the plate, keep trying to steal as many bags as possible and help us win.
And Joe, running maybe not your strong suit.
No.
What do you think you can do differently next time to maybe come out on top?
I didn't have my cleats on, used to the metal spikes, but, you know, like I said, I'm a ball player. Once I get some conditioning in, I'm also more of a long-distance guy, so he got me this time.
Okay, that's enough. That's a lot of excuses. Scott Gladstone here with Brennen Reback, center fielder for the Rockford Rivets.
Thanks.
That's a new segment we're having every week on Rivets Rundown called Average Joe with our dugout correspondent, Joe Byers. This week, he lost pretty miserably to Brennen Reback in a race. Next week, tune in to see what he does then. And finally, it's time for What's on Tap this week for the Rockford Rivets. First of all, we got some new players coming to the stadium this week. Joe, what can you tell us about them?
Well, I can tell you that we got two relief pitchers coming in, Jimmy Burnett from the University of Illinois and Luke Anderson from the University of Missouri, so a little bit of a bragging rights rivalry going on there. We kind of have limited information on them, but we do know Jimmy was an all-state football player in high school, so we got that going for us, Scott. Should be a good year, and apparently we'll find out more throughout the season.
As far as the schedule goes, it's 7 home games in the next 8 days. So a lot of Rivets baseball that you can catch here at Rivets Stadium just down the road. First of all, it's a 2-game set against the Wisconsin Rapids Rafters. Tuesday's game is at 11 a.m. It's Kids Day, so make sure to get your tickets for that one early. It should be a fun morning. 2 days later, in the second game of a 2-game stretch against the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders, it's going to be Teachers Night, and then 2 days after that, we have First Responders Night here at Rivets Stadium against the Lakeshore Chinooks. Make sure to get your tickets for all those nights. It should be a lot of fun. The Rivets, it's a good team, as we've talked about today. They're a fun team to watch. It should be great. If you can't make the game, be sure to tune into Northwoods League TV. I'm Scott Gladstone. I'll be on the call. For all of us here at the Rockford Rivets, I'm Scott Gladstone. That's Joe Byers. Get riveted. We'll see you this week at Rivets Stadium.
Be champions.